Welcome into the electrifying Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin, as we're ready for women's event number 6 of the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games, the Speed Clean and Jerk Ladder. Brandon Domain, Rob Orlando, Mike Arsenault with you. And if the men's side of this event gives us any indication, the women's side is going to be absolutely exciting.
Individual event number 6 is the Speed Clean and Jerk Ladder, and on our women's quarterfinal round, we've got 5 barbells ranging from 155 up to 175 pounds. They've got a clean and jerk each barbell, and they only have 1 minute to get it done.
It'll be the top 20 times that advance, regardless of what heat you come from. It is not the win and advance format that we saw last year. Brenda Castro will be in lane number 1, Courtney Haley lane 2, Brista Mayfield and Stephanie Chung round out the field of 4 in heat number 1. And underway with the first 4 that will be setting the time to beat. Keep in mind, the top 20 will advance. Brenda Castro in lane number 1 on the top end of the screen. She has the highest listed clean and jerk of this field of 4 at 245 pounds. She leads the way, but it is close. First all the way down to 4th, and in fact gives Stephanie Chung the slight lead on the right side lane. And Stephanie Chung, who had a near historic comeback to make her way to the games this year out of the Meridian Regional. She will see the lead go away just at the very end as Brenda Castro, the Latin American Regional Champion, will take our opening heat at 36.99. Courtney Haley in at 37.19, 38.2 for Chung, 40.76 for Mayfield.
And Brenda Castro put on a show from start to finish in this first round. With a 245-pound clean and jerk listed, it was no problem for her to rip through these 5 barbells. And we can see right from the jump, she led almost wire to wire on the far left-hand side of the screen. You can see she does a quick clean, catches it on the shoulders, and immediately pops that bar right up to the overhead position. No pause, not a split jerk, just a quick little push jerk to get that bar into the overhead position. All 5 barbells in under 37 seconds. That's a great start for her.
36.99 for Brenda Castro to set the top time in our opening heat. Keep in mind, our 3 fastest times in the first round on the men's side, only 1 advanced to the finals in part of that fast 5, and that was Tim Paulson, who finished 3rd. We'll see if the ladies can change that, including Brenda Castro, who currently has the top time after our first of 8 heats. Our second of those 8 heats will also be a field of 4. In lane number 1, it'll be Paige Semenza. Lane 2, Chloe Gauvin-David. In lane 3, Jennifer Smith. Lane 4, Dani Horan.
Brandon, Jennifer Smith has a posted clean and jerk of 240 pounds. These barbells should be nothing for her. Excited to see her go through. All of these athletes are well over 200 for a clean and jerk.
There is Jennifer Smith, 31st place in the point standings. She was out in front for much of event number 5 earlier today before a late falter cost her a few positions. Looking to make up some ground once again here in the Speed Clean and Jerk Ladder. Dani Horan, you said that Smith had a 240 clean and jerk. Horan only 2 pounds lighter at 238.
She's a perennial games contender, 5-time qualifier. I expect to see great things here.
The 2 games veterans, Smith and Horan, will be on the near side. The 2 games rookies, Gauvin-David and Semenza, will be on the top lanes. It's Paige Semenza on lane number 1 on the top side of the screen. But it'll be Jennifer Smith breaking out first from bar number 2, onto 165 pounds, and she is floating through these reps. She's got about a 1-second lead over Semenza and Horan. Smith continues to lead, getting to the final bar of 175 pounds, but it's starting to get close. Semenza on the top side, Horan on the bottom, but it's going to be Jennifer Smith that will continue to hold on with a new top time right around 32 seconds. 32.45 for Jennifer Smith, 34.42 for Semenza. Horan in at 36.22. Gauvin-David in at 36.83. All 4 faster than Brenda Castro's former top time.
Jennifer Smith made easy work of all 5 barbells. You can see it here in the screen. Third athlete from the left with the arrow pointing down. Every single rep was absolutely flawless, not a single falter. She made sure that everything was completely locked out, waiting for her judge to give her that down signal. She seemed to pick up speed as she was going through. Everybody else stepped back just a hair, but Jennifer Smith led this thing wire to wire, and she sets a new time to beat with 32:45.
All four of the athletes in this heat were within 4.5 seconds of each other in a very close second heat. We still had 6 to go, but they're sitting in a solid position. Remember, the top 20 times, regardless of heat, advance. As we're ready for heat number 3, once again, it'll be a field of 4. In lane number 1, China Cho. Lane 2, Ake Gilfadottir. Meredith Root in lane 3. And Lauren Fisher will round out the field in lane number 4.
And right now, Meredith Root has a posted clean and jerk of 220 pounds. Lauren Fisher, 242-pound clean and jerk. Again, these entry-level barbells, these should be very quick, 30 to 40 seconds tops.
Now Fisher's clean and jerk listed at 242. That's the 9th highest out of the women's field, out of those that are listed. Now, this is somewhat similar to Nick Durenkar, who won the event on the men's side. Keep in mind, he did not have anywhere near one of the top times in round number 1.
China Cho with a posted 1-rep max of 209. Another perennial games contender. I expect her to make 0 mistakes. This should be a good run for her. And Gilfadottir with a posted 1-rep max of 198, one of the smallest athletes in the bunch.
It'll be China Cho on the top lane. Gilfadottir underneath her in lane number 2. Meredith Root in lane 3. And Lauren Fisher, who nearly tripped over her barbell on the near lane in lane 4. But she continues to be the leader through bar number 2. On to 165 pounds. It's Fisher 1, Gilfadottir 2, Root and Cho neck and neck for third. No stranger to moving a barbell is Lauren Fisher. She continues to lead the way, but she's trying to hold off a Gilfadottir. Fisher onto the final bar at 175 pounds, nearly stumbles backwards, saves it, and Lauren Fisher will come across the line right about 36 seconds. China Cho will inch ahead of Ake Gilfadottir for the second spot in this heat, and Root will round out the top 4, or the field of 4 at 42.19. It's 36.18 for Lauren Fisher, which I believe would be good for the 4th quickest time thus far.
Brandon, Lauren Fisher, far side of the screen, was really quick through bar 1, bar 2, and you can see she's so excited and moving so fast that she almost tripped over bar 1. That could have been a costly mistake. These athletes are moving so fast on these lighter barbells that they're apt to make a mistake, not because of strength, but just because they're trying to rush. She was able to move really efficiently through bar 4 and bar 5 and finished 36 seconds. That's going to be a great run for her.
Lauren Fisher has represented the United States in international weightlifting meets, wins the heat, but she's going to have one of those times that might be in danger of making the top 20 despite taking the heat at about 36.2. We'll have to see how that plays out. Back up to a field of 5 now, moving forward. In heat number 4, it's Rebecca Voigt in lane 1, Mackenzie Riley lane 2, Camila Blanc-Bazinet in lane 3, Amanda Barnhart lane 4, Camilla Sullivanson-Hellman in lane 5. But in this one, keep your eyes on the woman in the middle lane.
Camila Blanc-Bazinet has a posted 1-rep max of 260 pounds. That's over 100 pounds over her body weight, and it's the heaviest clean and jerk in the entire women's group. We expect to see her fly through this opening round.
Her listed clean and jerk max is 30 pounds heavier than anybody else in this heat. The woman at 230, Amanda Barnhart.
Amanda Barnhart, 230-pound posted clean and jerk. Again, we saw her at the regional. So strong, super consistent, and got better as the weekend went along.
So much better. She won 3 consecutive events en route to qualifying. Speaking of qualifying, it's a 10th trip here this weekend for Rebecca Voigt.
No stranger to the competition floor. She'll float through this, no problem.
Moving from top to bottom, it's Voigt, Riley, LeBlanc-Bazinet, Barnhart, and Solomon-Hellman. They try to chase down the time of 32:45 set by Jennifer Smith in heat number 2. Lead athlete is going to be Amanda Barnhart in lane number 4 in the purple shorts. Dark gray tank top. She continues to lead. It's LeBlanc-Bazinet and Riley second and third. But Amanda Barnhart is cruising through this ladder on the 175, the fifth and final bar. And this is going to be a new top time in round number 1. Oh, just barely missing that, actually. 33:02. Mackenzie Riley takes second at 35:65. 36:16 for Camilla LeBlanc-Bazinet. Becca Voigt in at 39:29. Camilla Solomon-Hellman rounding out the field at 43:03.
Amanda Barnhart took control early. Every single barbell looked exactly the same. And you can see, once we get into the replay here, Brandon, you can see we're watching fourth athlete from the left-hand side. Easy clean and jerk. She catches the bar on the shoulders, uses the down to throw the bar up over her head, catches it locked out, waits for that judge's signal. Third bar looked just like the first bar, and so on. Every single barbell looked exactly the same. Movements were really efficient. Where I think she actually cost herself about half a second, which was the difference between first, the best time in the group so far, and second place, is right here when she drops the bar. A little bit of a trip, that cost her half a second.
Second quickest time thus far, 33:02 for Amanda Barnhart. Jennifer Smith continues to hold the top time at 32:45 as we're halfway through the field. Heat number 5 will have Carol Ann Reason-Tebow in lane number 1, Bethany Shadburn lane 2, Carrie Pierce lane 3, Whitney Yulin in lane 4, and the 2016 liftoff winner Alessandra Pacelli in lane number 5.
And you can see Whitney Galen with a posted clean and jerk of 230 pounds, one of the stronger athletes in the group. Barring any mistakes, I think she'll fly through this opening round.
Speaking of strong,
and Alessandra Pacelli with a 245-pound posted clean and jerk. These barbells should be nothing for her. We've only seen athletes make mistakes because they're trying to go really fast.
I mentioned she won the 2016 liftoff. For those not familiar, it's a competition here in CrossFit where it's 1 rep max clean and jerk, 1 rep max snatch, and then a Metcon event. She was the winner of that 2 years ago. So Pacelli will be on the near side lane. Above her, it's Yulin, Pierce, Shadburn, and Reason-Tebow in that order. It's Pacelli in first, Reason-Tebow in second. They're on opposite ends of the floor of each other. Pacelli with quick work at 160. She continues to lead as Yulin has moved into the second position. Pacelli continuing to hold off Yulin. 170 up for Pacelli, and with ease she will get the lockout. A little bit of a stutter step backwards, but still out in front. Onto the final bar at 175, and Alessandra Pacelli just bouncing that off her shoulders, and she'll come up onto the platform at about 33 seconds, 33:97. Yulin in at 35:64. Carrie Pierce 35:79. Reason-Tebow under 40 at 39:43. And Bethany Shadburn left on the floor at the final bar. 10 seconds until the 1-minute time cap. And she'll make her way onto the platform. Now again, the top 20 advance based on their time. Everybody else will be ranked by their time or the amount of work they completed from 21st down to last. Woman that might not have to worry about that, though, Alessandra Pacelli, 33:97. She takes the heat.
And Brandon, you can see on the right side of the screen, Alessandra Pacelli made easy work of the first 3 bars. I love what I saw, the speed that she was catching it on the shoulders and throwing it overhead. She was able to give herself enough of a lead by the 3rd bar, but there was really no turning back. You can see on the 4th barbell here, watch her catch the bar into the rack position, use the dip to throw that thing overhead, drops underneath it, catches it fully locked out, and the last bar was just like the first 4, catch and throw, lock herself out, gives herself a 33:97 for the heat win.
That in heat number 5, Pacelli taking that one. But in men's heat number 5, we said that was going to be the show stealer. The women's version comes in heat number 6, and it's almost that Yankees old murderer's row feel to this one. In lane number 1, Tennille Berline. Lane 2, Brooke Wells. Lane 3, Margot Alvarez. Cassidy Lance McWhorter in lane 4. Sarah Sigmundsdottir in lane 5. They're all in the top half when it comes to listed clean and jerk maxes in the field.
Well, Brandon, we all know that these girls are strong, but Brooke Wells with a posted 1 rep max of 255 pounds, so strong. She's third. She's got the third heaviest clean and jerk out of this group of women. And Sarah Sigmundsdottir with a 248-pound clean and jerk. She's got the 6th highest clean and jerk out of all the women in the field. These women are going to fly through round 1.
Top time thus far continues to be 32:45 as they race for the top 20, which will advance to the semifinals. All 5 within about a half second of each other after the first bar. That continues to hold after bar number 2. Through bar 3, it's going to be Cassidy Lance McWhorter in the pink tank top, center of the screen. She leads the way through bar number 4. She's just ahead of Sarah Sigmundsdottir and Brooke Wells, but it's Cassidy Lance McWhorter, the worldwide open winner, who'll be the new top time at about 28 seconds. 28:01 for Lance McWhorter, 29:88 for Wells, 30:11 for Sigmundsdottir, 32:98 for Berline, 33:13 for Alvarez. Your top 5 in this heat, or the field of 5 in this heat, will have the top 8 times coming out of this one.
Woo! You called it, Brandon. That was an incredible heat. We knew that they were going to come out swinging, and they absolutely demolished those first 5 barbells in the quarterfinals. And you can see Cassidy Lance McWhorter in the 4th box from the left in the pink shirt. So fast, you can see the cycle time. Catch it, throw, catch it, throw. Every single movement was so efficient. She had a tiny little bit of a lead going into that 3rd barbell and was able to squeeze an impressive run of just over 28 seconds for all 5 barbells, setting a new time to beat.
That new top time, 28.01 seconds. As she's the first one, man or woman, to go sub 30 in the opening round of the speed, clean, and jerk ladder. And the hits just keep coming because we move into the top 10 in the point standings here in heat number 7. In 10th place in the standings, E. Church will be in lane number 1. 9th place, Madeline Sturt in lane 5. 8th place, Jamie Green, lane 2. 7th place, Christy Aramo in lane 4. And Cara Sanders will be in lane number 3.
And Church is so strong with a 235-pound posted clean and jerk. She should be able to move through these barbells without any problems whatsoever. The only problems that we've seen, Brandon, is people that are trying to move too quickly and bottling the bar when they go over it.
Church, one of 2 rookies in the top 10 in the point standings, and one woman looking to make a return trip to the podium. Entering this event in 6th is Cara Saunders.
Cara Saunders, we know she's going to go through these quickly. It's just a question of, can she beat that time of 28:07?
How about the surprise of the weekend if you're looking deeper into the top 10? Madeline Sturt, career average event finish entering this weekend was 31.2. She sits in 9th after 5 events.
Very impressive start for the 21-year-old.
Sturt will be on the near side of the screen. It's Aramo, Saunders, Green, and Church in that order, moving up to the top of the screen. In lane number 2, Jamie Green leading the way after the first bar, but it's going to be Cara Saunders moving right behind her as they approach 165, the 3rd of the 5 bars. Saunders taking the lead, getting to 170 pounds. It's close between her and Green, but Saunders is starting to pull away as Green double clutches the weight at 170. Saunders continues to be smooth, won't be the top time, doesn't need to be. Cara Saunders will see herself in the top 20. E. Church will come in at 35.35. Jamie Green, 37.33. Bottom of the screen, you see Madeline Sturt in at 41.3. Christy Aramo, the last one left on the floor. And she's in under the time cap at 52 seconds. And Cara Saunders might be around that 10th to 15th range with that 31.3, but that should be safe moving into the semifinals.
Well, that'll definitely put her into the next round. And Brandon, as we watch the replay here, center screen, Cara Saunders came out really quickly through bar 1, 2, and 3. Every rep looked exactly the same, just a quick catch of the shoulders, throw it overhead. She makes sure that she gets over the barbell without too much of a misstep. That has been costly for some of the athletes. It's cost them a half a second here or there. Barbell number 4 looked really, really smooth. It actually looks like she got better and smoother as the barbells got heavier. And we can see a little pause here at the shoulders, just gets herself collected and launches that thing overhead, coming into the 32nd time. That's a great run for her.
Final heat in our quarterfinal round before we move to the top 20 in the semifinals. In lane number 1, Katrin Davidsdottir, 5th place in the point standings. 4th place, Kristen Holta in lane 5. Annie Thorisdottir, 3rd place, will be in lane number 2. Tia-Clair Toomey, 2nd place in the standings in lane 4, behind the points leader in your center lane, Laura Horvath.
Tia-Clair Toomey, last year's champion with a 251-pound post and clean and jerk. Number 5, 5th best in this entire field of women. She'll fly through these barbells, and I don't expect to see any mistakes from her.
36 points separate her from the points leader. 4 pounds on their listed clean and jerk max separate these two.
Laura Horvath has put on an absolute show since the 2018 games started. She's wearing that leader jersey, and she deserves it right now. Good for her.
For a rookie, she's wearing that leader's jersey comfortably. And speaking of people that have worn the leader's jersey, Katrin Davidsdottir is not far behind either. She enters this event in 5th. Top to bottom of the screen, it's Davidsdottir, Thorisdottir, Horvath, Toomey, and Holta. All 5 within no more than a half second as they advance from bar number 1. You pick him at this point as Horvath stumbles over the bar, and that could be ultra costly for the points leader. Toomey in the pink tank top leading the way just ahead of Davidsdottir in the white pants. Thorisdottir in the blue pants, top of the screen. Right behind her is Thorisdottir. Flips the bar as well. Toomey trying to hold up Thorisdottir. Thorisdottir trips, gives the edge to Toomey. It'll be Thorisdottir in second. Davidsdottir in third. And Laura Horvath might not be advancing to the top 20. Well, that was a very not clean run for a lot of the field. The only person that didn't have a misstep was the one that wins the heat, and it's the defending champion, Tia-Clair Toomey.
Tia-Clair Toomey, so efficient on the barbell work. We knew that she was going to be efficient coming through this first round of barbells. And we can see her in the pink jersey. Every rep looked exactly the same. So methodical, step up, big breath, pull, clean, catch on the shoulders, launch the thing overhead, make sure you get locked out. No missed reps, no bobbles, and especially take your time getting over the barbell, because what we saw was Annie, if you're looking at the second box from the left, Annie on her last barbell, you'll see her get this barbell overhead, and in a race over the bar, makes a trip, that costs her a full second.
Well, the good news for anybody in this heat that advances is Nick Jurenko, who won it on the men's side. His worst run was in the first round, but there might not be a second round for Laura Horvath because of that.
Again, Brandon, what we saw was it was so quick, the little mistakes. People are trying to go so fast and squeeze every tiny little second. It's these little mistakes over the bar that could cost you a spot in the next round.
Annie is going to be borderline on if she advances into the top 20. Again, that will be the semifinal. We'll then have the Fast 5 that move to the finals. As we take a look at our top 20, Cassidy Lance McWhorter will have the fastest time, and thus she will be going in the final heat of the semifinals, along with Brooke Wells, Sarah Sigmundsdottir, Tia-Clair Toomey, and Cara Saunders. They'll be in our final heat. The final finishers that will advance will be Mackenzie Riley, Carrie Pierce, Camille LeBlanc-Bazinet, Lauren Fisher, and Danny Horan. So those 20 will advance. And one name you didn't see on that list was the points leader, Laura Horvath, who will have her first non-top 10 finish of the weekend in her first big stumble. And we've still got more action to come here in event number 6. The Speed Clean and Jerk Ladder continues with the top 20 and the semifinals coming up next.